welfare of baby calves in the dairy industry in Australia. Also studied about animal welfare in farms in general. As part of my veterinary training, I've been involved in every stage of the production of food from animals, from the time they are reared to the time they are housed, farms. I've done work on farms. I've also dealt with and gone to slaughterhouses to see how things are done there. So if you have any questions on how food is produced from animals, I'll be happy to share my personal experiences from the Australian perspective. I'm looking forward to a healthy discussion later on. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Gill. In our center, the third speaker will be the only lady. That's Veron Lau. Okay. She's a committee member of Cat Welfare Society, a registered charity promoting a humane, responsible and informed society, where cats are cared for responsibility as a pet and treated with kindness as community cats. Veron oversees the advocacy and outreach arm of the Cat Welfare Society, with the aim of improving our nation's practices in handling of animal issues. Thank you. Back to you, Veron.
Hello, hi, I'm Veron from Cat Welfare Society. I hope there are a lot of cat lovers here. You know, if you don't like cats, okay, too bad. You know, you have to like cats by the end of this session. Yeah. If you see a lot of tip-eared cats all over Singapore, maybe you can thank us for that, because our sterilization program has been nationwide and we sterilized over 15,000 cats in the last 3 years. Okay? We do that why? Because the lesser cats there are, the more the remaining ones get cared for, and we actually have Prima here who loves cats, and she's also one of them who feeds them and cares for them. So lovely to see her here. Okay, so you see, the less they are, the cats they are, they're better cared for, and also people see them differently. They see them not as nuisance, but some fat, cute little thing in their thing, and they actually change their perspective, and that's what we want. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Veron. Yeah. The next one will be Michael Broadhead. Yes, I work with Michael Broadhead for the Earth Fest. Very dynamic person. Yes. Okay, Michael Broadhead is a science teacher and volunteer director of Earth Fest, the coming Earth Film Fest, and Animals Allies. After leaving Canada, Michael lived in UK, Taiwan, and China before moving to Singapore. A backpacking trip in India helped him to realize that farming he has been normalized to was actually a form of slavery, with far-reaching environmental, health, and moral concerns. He recently celebrated 6 years as a vegan. Very good, 6 years. Our new EXCO member, Michael Broadhead.
Thank you. So since you know everything about me, I'll just tell a couple random things that people find a little bit surprising. I grew up on a farm, and my family are beef farmers. So when I go home as a 6-year vegan to my beef farming family, it's a little bit odd, and so I sometimes joke that my goal is to put my family out of business. And God, what can you do? I'm also surprisingly allergic to cats and dogs, you know, and so it's kind of funny that way, but I'm happy to be here and invite all of you who are interested in helping spread the word of vegetarianism in Singapore to join Animal Allies, the new group that VSS has formed. Thank you.
Thank you. The next one is Yao. He's known as the guru of juicing. Yes. Okay. Yao graduated from NUS with a BA in Architectural Studies. He made a U-turn in life to pursue a humanitarian role to help build a better world. He was the Executive Director of Education and Outreach for VSS and played a similar role at Kampong Sinang Charity and Education Foundation. He is devoted to the promotion of holistic living, seeing this as a fundamental to the betterment of life. Thank you.
Yes, I was with the VSS for 11 years, doing a lot of outreaches to schools, corporate groups, anywhere we went. And right now I'm freelancing. I'm freelancing in holistic living, and I have a special focus on cancer reversal, cancer prevention through natural means, because I think this is a key point, and this is where the need is. So if you have a context, let us know. my goal in life is really to get the message out to as many people as possible about the right diet, the true diet, true to our human nature. Thanks.
Thank you, Yao. Thank you. Today, we are really very fortunate to have all the 5 experts from various fields to share with us their opinion. Okay, and each of them is only given 3 minutes. 3 minutes because we want to end the entire thing before 9 p.m. Okay, if any of the speaker end after 3 minutes, they're going to finish up on the whole food again. Okay. So we'll start with Mr. Tanner, followed by Dr. Gill, Veron, Michael Head, and Yao. Consequently, yeah, as the flow goes on. So without further ado, I'll pass the mic to Mr. Tanner. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, hi, it's me again. So I want to start off by just going a bit about how does things change in terms of social impact. An example I always give is the shark fin campaign. So in the past 5 to 10 years, if you don't partake in the soup, you have to explain to the group, oh, I don't eat shark fin because it's cruel to the shark, and blah, blah, blah. But now, I hope there is a shift in perception. If you still order the soup, there is why are you still eating shark fin soup? Don't you know that if you consume the soup, this is what happens to the shark? And it took years and years of education and awareness to get this thing going. It's not just makers, all the NGOs out there in the world that advocate for the reduction in shark fin soup. So I wanted to bring this up example because it's something that we face a lot when advocating for change. When we talk to people one-on-one, people ask me, why are you bothered telling people to be vegetarian? The meat is there, they'll die, what's the point, right? But every person you talk to, every individual that you manage to change your mind, it will eventually make a difference. And the reason is because if you look at, slides. If you look at population itself, usually it's a normal distribution curve. So you have people on the fringes, and you have the majority of people in the middle. And then in this case, you have people who are vegetarians, of course you have vegans, vegetarians, and then people who are meat lovers. So that's the curve. In a Singapore context, I don't know how true it is, but I suspect anecdotally more people are on the meat lover end than the vegetarian and vegan end, because it's always in the spectrum. So what we need to do is to shift the curve. So for people who don't like meat, so you slowly shift the curve to, they don't have to love vegetables, they don't have to be vegan or vegetarians, but if you can just eat less meat on Veggie Thursdays, Meatless Mondays, and then eventually when you have the majority of the population in the middle, or slightly to the vegetarian side, things will start to change. That's what happened with shark fin. Because the businesses on the hotels, they realize, actually, people don't want to eat shark fin anymore, so I can jump on the bandwagon and say, okay, I don't serve shark fin. And then that's where the government will come in, okay, I don't serve the soup at government events. I think that's why what we're doing here is very important. We need to go out and talk to people about, eating less meat. Of course, we always get accused of, you guys are so extreme, and you push your agenda on me. But again, I think it takes time, so we need to continue spreading the message. I think that's what we do at AGUS, and that's what we do here at School. So that's all for me.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Tanner. Okay, next, we'll pass the mic to Dr. Jaipal Singh Gill.
Alright, so I think all of us here know that there are many good reasons to go vegetarian, vegan, or reduce meat from your diets. The ones that, for example, resonate very strongly with me are animal suffering and environmental impact of the animal agricultural industries. And then there are other reasons that people will cite, maybe health. Some say vegetables taste better, I eat vegetables, so that doesn't count with me. But I think for most people, unfortunately, and that's what we're seeing today, is that they don't go this direction, don't go down this path, because most of these reasons don't personally affect them. What Tanan brought up was right, that's fantastic. There's a gradual shift in society, and I think we see that in many different aspects, how we are morally progressing in I think a positive direction, but obviously not fast enough that everyone feels the need to not use animals for food. I think what's actually going to make a big difference, and coming back to the topic at hand, which is, can Singapore be a vegetarian nation by SG 75, that's 25 years from now. I think what will really make a difference there, and this is something I'm really excited about, is cultured meat. I think when you give people a viable, suitable alternative, it becomes a lot easier to make the right decision. I draw the parallels with the animal testing industry, the use of animals in research. Many years ago, people were tested upon. When scientists found a very simple alternative, which was animals, society shifted and says, no, we can't test on people, that's horrible, it's cruel, we now test on animals. I think a day will reach, and I've seen other famous scientists in the field say that one day we will reach a society where we don't use animals for research, but that day will only come when there's a viable alternative. That society will take the moral high ground, look at the previous one and call them barbarians. It's my hope that the future society, a future generation will look at our society and our generations and call us barbarians for having used animals for meat when they have cultured meat on their tables.
Thank you, Bill. Next is Baron.
Okay. So I have to admit that I am the only non-vegetarian on the panel. Okay. So this question is very relevant to myself because that journey belongs to me, right? So I hope in 25 years, way before that, I would be a vegetarian already. Okay, it just had not happened, all right? So why? So I think I don't have solutions because I don't have even solutions for myself. So today, in fact, I want to throw out the questions why people may have a barrier to vegetarianism, and maybe we can all put our minds together and really solve it. Okay? Cat Welfare Society, we do a lot of work on the ground because we go down and help resolve town council issues and we deal with a lot of low-income families who might have cat problems and all that. So we get to know a lot of the families and we kind of know their struggles. Okay, and so I want to bring out 3 examples. Okay, one of them is a vegetarian family. Okay, and I looked at their diet. It's horrendous. Okay, the mother has diabetes. The father is heavily obese. So is one of the sons. Another son had extreme eczema. But they are very staunch vegetarians. Okay? I'm not going to blame it on vegetarian diets because I look at all the people here, you are very healthy. And what separates you from them is actually education, I think, and maybe resources. So if we want to even think of this problem, how do you get people to be vegetarian? You need to look at that lowest denominator. How can you help this family find the resources, find the information to help themselves? And for me, there are a few barriers. One of which is it's religious. Okay, I see that Indian vegetarian, but I'm generalizing, is so much more nutritious than Chinese vegetarian. Okay, one of the family members, it's very hard trying to tell them that the Thai beef is not a food group, but that's what they eat, So I have no solutions for anyone. I'm just putting it out there so that maybe we can all think about it, and maybe we can all come up with a solution. We can help that family. I think we can help a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ron. Okay, next we have Michael.
So going right to the question of whether SG 75 we're going to be vegetarian or not, depends how hard we work. If we work really hard, I think we could make it a predominantly vegetarian nation. But it's not going to happen on its own. Culture doesn't shift on its own. It needs something to push it. We need to shift the curve that Tenen was talking about. It's not going to move on its own very fast otherwise. So that's what my focus is. So up here you'll see we're working on Animal Allies, which is going to be something that unites the vegetarian and vegan outreach. So everybody who's already doing things, we have so many vegetarians, so many vegans, they're all doing their own little things. But when somebody is new to vegetarianism or new to veganism, they don't know where to start because there's no centralized place to get all this information. So we're trying to make it easy. Somebody goes here and they'll know who's having a potluck here, they'll know who's having a cooking class here, they'll know where to buy this there, and we're going to start breaking down some of those barriers, and that will sort of help shift that curve. So this is an open invite to all of you to become a part of Animal Allies, and you can just simply talk to me later on. The website's not finished, but you can still look at it. It's animalallies.sg, and there's an email address that you can contact me on. So that's one way that we can help shift, is by doing this outreach and helping be more organized and more strategic. The second thing that I'm working on, and is the Earth Film Festival. And so there's not, it's about shifting culture again. And this one's more about sustainability, but we all know there's a big connection between how we eat and the sustainability. So there's not a culture of sustainability in Singapore. In other words, you don't normally talk to your friends or your family about sustainability. Well, that's a big problem, because how are we going to shift things if we don't talk about them? So what I'm trying to do here is use the Earth Week this year, which is April 17th to 24th, using this event of the Earth Film Festival as a good pretext or a good excuse to talk about sustainability with family and friends. To have that important first conversation that says, hey, you know what, this is something we actually can talk about. And through that process of sharing, in one of 6 documentaries, we have 3 that have very good vegetarian themes. One of them from Acres is called Green. One of them is Cowspiracy, and the other one is Home. So you can choose from any of those. We give it to you for free. But as long as you post it, and we give you a discussion guide to help you have conversations with your friends and family, and it's going to lead you all to having a shared experience first with this documentary, but then later on, after this documentary, you'll be inspired. You'll be able to talk to each other, help each other, make changes. And then you'll ask each other, how are those changes going? How are you doing with that? And all of a sudden, we started a culture shift. And that's what I want to do with this. So through Animal Allies, through this, I want to try and help shift the culture. And that will lead towards vegetarianism. And if we do it fast, SG 75 is possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. There we go, Mr. Young.
I need to make reference to this demographic. No, the next one. Next. Yeah, okay. This is about representing the entire population. Okay, category A are the vegetarians and the vegans. Category B are the pro-vegetarians. C are the guys who are a bit, they don't really care. And E are the negative towards vegetarians. Okay, and the category F are the ones who are anti, hate you. So when I started, you can't really see the colors yet. When we started in about 2001, it was like this. The number of vegetarians were like less than 3%, maybe 2%. And there were a lot of supportive people. And then most of the people don't care, and there are some dictators. I think about last year, 2015, the number has shifted. It shifted greatly. There are a lot more pro-vegetarians, although the number of real hardcore